And this episode is brought to you by Draggin Bags. The greatest bags in all the land. Sean's fondling one right now in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are going to be dropping March 1st. Let's get that going. So recently released though, the new Charlies. Gorgeous bag, brand new fabric combo. I love them. You love them.
Oh yeah.
Time to get your hands on some Charlies. Go over to dragginbags.com. Pick up that new freaking bag. I'm telling you, it's money.
If you're a fan of any of the other series, or you just wanted to try one out,
yeah,
and you never got around to it, now is the best time to do it because they're doing a special right now.
Yeah,
$60 on any set, not other than the Charlie. So Power Dragon, Dirty Dragon, Nexus, Igniter.
So why not buy Charlie's and then just get another set because you're saving a little bit of money. Yeah, just fill your bag with Draggin Bags.
Might as well.
Drop code BIGASS12 at checkout. Save yourself that money over at dragginbags.com. Get it.
Get it. Welcome to the Big Ass Cornhole Show with Sean and Dane, the host talking cornhole life and random fun. Grab a beer, let's get it done. From tossing bags to let's wild ride, tune in and join the party, don't you hide. It's the Big Ass Cornhole podcast time with Sean and Dane. It's always prime. With Sean is done.
All right, welcome back to yet another episode of the Big Ass Cornhole podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. What's going on, man?
Not too much. Just it's Super Bowl Sunday.
You're a little out of breath after a little.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, that's hardcore dancing, Sean. But yeah, Super Bowl Sunday.
What color Gatorade is going to be?
Red.
Red. You did yellow?
It's lemon lime.
Wow,
Look at
from
that.
left field, lemon lime.
Lemon lime, man.
Wow, did not have that.
All right, well,
wow.
Yeah, they already poured in the Gatorade with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So,
yeah,
I mean, it was an absolute shit show from start
Sunday.
to finish. It is Sunday.
Wow.
I will say, worst halftime show I've seen.
We'll get into it.
Yeah,
we'll get into it. All right, so before we get into anything else, busy episode as always. We're going to be bouncing around all over the place. Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight in our favorite segment called "What You Drinking."
What you drinking? Well, got this little 12-pack.
Yeah.
It's delightful from Flying Dog. It's a couple juicy IPAs and whatnot, but right now I'm drinking the Bloodline. It's Blood Orange IPA.
I love the
8%.
cans.
Yeah,
Cans are sweet.
Very sweet. Some nice artwork on it.
I actually enjoyed one earlier over at Mom and Dad's.
Yeah, it's
nice.
It's good beer. And then I had the IPA just before that. It was also a good one. So.
I think I had the Juicy Hazy.
Yes, you had the juicy IPA.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was good.
Those are all gone. So
yes,
they were delicious.
They were. All right, so this week we have more audio gold. We're going to be recapping the Albuquerque, New Mexico Open from last week. Last week's episode was a little different with Best of the Bags. We're going to
hot stuff coming.
We're going to talk about Best of the Bags a little bit. The first, if you're listening to this on Wednesday, that means we're on day 3 of voting. All right?
Yeah,
voting is live.
We don't know what the outcome is because obviously haven't dropped them yet.
We have dramatic readings. We just watched the Super Bowl, and we'll touch on that, I guess. Yeah, and So, but before we get into all that, we're going to let you know what's going on in our lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
All right, so we got together tonight.
We did.
We went to Mom and Dad's, had a lovely pink-themed dinner.
Pink dinner.
In honor of Valentine's Day coming up. So, and then we watched like the first few minutes of Super Bowl, and then I'm like, now
when we say pink dinner, we made everything pink.
Yeah.
Pasta was pink. You made delicious Italian wedding soup with neon pink noodles. Those things really absorbed some pink coloring. I loved it.
Yep.
And I made some pink dip, and we decorated cookies, and then boom, Super Bowl.
And so I basically did not get to see like any of the first half.
Yeah.
Like putting the kids to bed, just doing all that stuff, getting ready for tomorrow. So by the time before I walked into the house, I'm like, I just wanted to check to see what the score was. I saw like, oh, it's halftime. What's the score? 24-0.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I
Sean, you actually got to watch the best part of that game, which is sad. It's sad to say.
Crazy. Huge letdown. I saw the very last 30 seconds of the halftime show, so I'm gonna trust your judgment.
Yeah.
You're way more of a music guy than I am ever. Did you think that he was an odd choice for halftime show?
100%. Yeah. Yeah. It was not. I mean, again, he's a very popular artist, but it's not his. I don't really consider it his vibe, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
Carry a crowd like that, you got to be like
to do that
iconic and like
correct,
epic
yes.
to a different level. And
like when they
he's not it.
When
sorry.
they did like Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, like that was cool. Like, it's like you're bringing back all the greats from that genre. That was great. But like, I just don't think that necessarily translates well to like a live show in the Super Bowl. I think you're alienating 100%. A huge, like, I'll be very interested to see the numbers. I think that you have a lot of people that definitely went away, and because the score was 24-0,
never came back.
I think the numbers are going to be really down.
Dropped off a cliff.
I'll be interested to see where the numbers have been.
So yeah, it's just been
now I will say
not a fun experience tonight.
Huge thumbs up to the commercial game.
Yes, upped it this year for sure.
I don't know what's going on, but like we're getting our sense of humor back.
Yeah,
like we can
not
joke
like everyone's
and have fun.
feeling sad for themselves anymore.
Yeah,
Maybe like
fun.
I think it was like the COVID shift in the brain for a minute.
That makes me very excited.
Yes, like people can laugh again. Like let's go.
It's just
continue those.
Yeah, we don't have to feel so hurt about it.
I still think the winner, which I don't think you've seen it yet, but the Dunkin' Donuts commercial in the first
I've not seen it yet. Okay,
10 minutes of the game, just masterpiece.
Yeah, so I missed a bunch, so I'm going to go back tonight. I think I'll just watch the commercials.
Dude, it was hilarious, man. Like, that one really got me. There's several other good ones, but that one definitely stuck out in my mind. Still,
I'm hoping
my favorite one.
I think if I wait till tomorrow, I should be able to find like a montage of all the best commercials like out there, like along social media. So I'll find it somewhere, but. Yeah, I've heard it seems like they've been pretty solid so far. So
yeah, they were good.
Hell yeah,
they were good.
All right, so
we also both hit simulators.
We did. Yeah.
So you went late last night.
I did. Yeah.
On
so
Saturday night.
It just seems like that's going to be kind of like the one time I can kind of go.
Yeah.
So it's not the best simulator in the world. I much prefer every other one I've ever been to, but it's only 10 minutes from the house. It's down the street from my mom and dad's house. So I'd seen mom and dad at Nora's cheerleading.
Mm-hmm.
So I just asked him like, hey, like I want to go swing. I was thinking about going just, to the Top Golf Bay. It's at a local bar, like right by his house. And I asked him if he wanted to join, but I wasn't going to get up there till like, closer to 9.
Yeah.
So we did. We went there from like 8:45 to 11, and it's just nice to swing. It's not the nicest simulator, you know what I mean? Like I don't think it's necessarily 100% accurate, but I know now, like, if I hit the ball off the toe or, you know what I mean? Like, you get a feel for it. Yeah. So when you hit the ball well, so it was still good to go out and swing. I was panicking a little bit after we did the interview with the MGA guys who we're going to be posting up. Well, I mean, if you're on Patreon, I posted up already.
Yeah.
But the MGA interview, the two guys from the Mediocre Golf Association.
Yeah.
It was an awesome interview, super insightful. And we're full on into it. I just talked to the guy from the Cleveland chapter, Jared. So we're already on the books. We're going to at least 2 of the events. We're going to see how it goes. And then I think there's potential here. Like, I think it's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it, but I was like kind of nervous after we were talking about handicap and stuff and like where I was at. Did you just catch one?
He did.
A bomb.
And that's over 50 yards there too. So
thank you very much, Mr. Worthy. That's why you can't forget about garbage time. Still counts. And that's big for Mahomes' passing yards too.
Yeah, Mahomes
probably get him over 225.
I mean, is he capable of scoring 20 more points?
Well, there's also there was a big DraftKings promotion too. Was yes or no? Like would both quarterbacks throw 2 touchdown passes? So
that's a big one.
Yeah, it is. So anyway,
she blows.
Sorry, getting distracted. But yeah, I was like talking about when we were talking about handicaps and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like I know I was 9.1, but like when I talked to Jared and stuff, he's like, when you enter your scores to get your handicap in the league, he's like, was it really a 9.1? He's like, were you playing tournament golf like when you were going? I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, you give yourself a mulligan or 2 or 3
yeah.
around, when you're first starting out. I'm like, all right, so yeah, like maybe I'm more of like a 12 12 handicap maybe. And I would feel more comfortable going in there because if I'm a 9, like I have to shoot. Like I've only broken 80 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
Like most of my rounds, I'm like 83 to 85, like somewhere right around those ranges. That's where I kind of sit. So, but I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah.
How did you hit?
I hit well.
Yeah.
Like we played a difficult course. It was, I don't know, a little sketchy off the tee for me. I just need to just trust the stock swing and go 230 to 250 and right up the gut because the big swing was not reading correctly. But besides that, yeah, shot like it was like 5 over.
You saw one of my former players.
I did, yeah, one of your former
Mr. Bradfield
players that is new to golf but working at a simulator. Which, by the way, now your new spot to go at night is going to be there.
Okay, but still out in Westlake though.
Sean, it is 14 minutes from our house. 14 minutes.
Okay.
It does not take that long.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I always
it's
think,
all highway. It's like literally 237 to 480 and then it's like right there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's pretty easy for us to get to. But yeah, so I think we'll definitely go back up there. It's a nice simulator. Brand new, just opened like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, sweet.
And struck the ball very well with all of my irons.
Okay.
Like my iron play was on point. And it was a difficult course that we played. They put us at Beth Page, which is never a fun one. So yeah, we didn't play the tips or anything, but it's still long as shit. So did our best.
Yeah, we like just don't like you. Just hate each other, or
we told them to surprise us. And,
okay, all right. That's a good one.
Oh, you know what? No, we ended up playing Payne Valley. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had it in for Beth Page, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, like it's just
not on simulator. Like I need something that's like not quite that far. Like let's get a normal. Yeah, so we played Payne's Valley, and that's like a Tiger Woods course and stuff. It was a good one, but man, like postage stamp greens.
Oh yeah.
So like it was fun.
I did throw Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just got
busted them out.
Bust out the boards, just trying to work on some stuff and just get consistency back a little bit.
I'm gonna find a blind draw this week and go up to it because I haven't been to one in a minute, so I need to get back on the horse. So
well, you also
ready.
said something last time we were throwing, when we were in Texas, about just like the height of the bag.
Yeah,
and like when we were watching, I think it was like we were just before we were going to record, or we were looking for somebody to get. And you're like, just look how, like, if you look at all the best thrower, and I think Sammy Soto is out there right now. He's like, you look at the height of his bag. He's like, it never goes above his eye level.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
You can watch it the whole time.
And you just realize, like, oh, that's what's different. Like, these guys just throw it lower.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why it looks like they're throwing it so hard, because they're just they're throwing it lower.
They're chucking it.
So I've been just trying to focus on, like, just finding that sweet spot of feeling and just trying to throw a lower bag and just, just spinning it harder. And it's all right.
It's
a work in progress.
Work in progress.
Work in
That's
progress.
all you can do.
I'm excited to get out and throw again. I'm trying to think when the next time is going to be that I'm going to be. I don't know when the
Well, I think the next regional is this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah, and I will be out of town. I'm heading to Houston.
I might run up there for like singles after doubles.
Okay.
So I'll just go see people and
okay,
try to throw in that real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I knew you were going to be out of town, so I'm like, well, I'll just go try to do something.
Yeah, so we're heading to Houston, and the plan is we're supposed to leave on Wednesday. Unfortunately, my wife's cousin, her name was Nikki. She just passed away from cancer. And we've known about this, like that the end was coming pretty quick.
Yeah.
And like I tell you what, like she's one stubborn lady, because I mean she fought like hell, and we thought it would have been like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So she passed away this morning, and now it's just kind of a waiting game on when the funeral and all that stuff's going to happen. And whether or not my wife wants to go. They live in Indiana, so it'd be like a 4-hour drive. So she went up to see her this past Tuesday, just to final goodbyes, pay her respects, kind of thing. And so now she's just trying to make the decision if she feels obligated to go, like kind of to the viewing.
It's a tough one.
It is. And I told her if you want to go, and if it is Wednesday, Thursday, then you can always go to the viewing, and then we can fly out Thursday, change the flights, but it's a pain in the butt, and we lose out on hotel money and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a lot of stuff behind the scenes going on. So
yeah,
it sucks.
It does suck. So I feel for you, but it'll work itself out.
Yeah, I've only been to Houston like once. I think it was just like for the day. So
yeah,
we'll be there for a few days. So
Yeah, go check it out.
And check out the
I
city
mean,
and see what
great
they have to
food
offer.
scene
Yeah.
down in Houston. So,
Yeah, so I'm
you're
excited.
going to eat like a king.
I certainly hope so.
Oh, you will.
Certainly hope so. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it was a like crazy week at work for me. So like the whole week was just madhouse.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I've been.
look at all that confetti.
There's a lot of confetti. Yeah, so I might be in the market for a new job coming up.
Yeah.
I had a meeting. So my boss texted me. I don't think I told you this because it's like the best of the bags and stuff. So my boss sends me, or my boss's assistant sends me a message, be like, "Hey, Rolla, who's my boss, and Waleed, who's the owner of the business, like they want to set up a meeting for you this week." I'm like, "All right, it's no problem." I knew that they would want to talk about it. And they're like, they're going to make it Friday. And it was Tuesday. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. They're like, we're going to do it end of the day, like 4:30. I'm like, well, that's never good.
Yeah.
Because like I've been slower recently. The practice is not doing like great. You know, our top doctor has been out for a while. So I go over there and he basically laid it out. He's like, you know, it's like we don't start getting busier. You know, we might have to make cuts, and the therapy department might be one of those places. So I might be in the market for a new job. I'm trying to get it busier, but you know, they don't do any sort of marketing. I've offered to take it over, and just it's fallen on deaf ears. So it's weird though, because like I've been there for 10 years.
Yeah, I know. It's like
You know what I mean? Like I mean, it's just it would be weird to go to work somewhere else, but it's getting to that point where it's looking more and more like probably over this next year I'm gonna kind of transition and finding something else.
yeah. I mean, it's a tough spot to be, but
I mean, I have patients there who I've been like treating for a legit like 9-10 years.
Is your head doctor going to be coming back anytime soon?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If he doesn't come back, then like your referral rate just goes to shit because they don't advertise.
So just kind of keeping my eye on the market out there, and like I don't want to go work for a huge hospital system if I can avoid it.
Would you go like do PRN work or something and just?
Man, I would love. God, I would. This is one of those times where like I just wish the podcast was doing like just better.
Bananas.
Yeah, like and then like I could take a shot and doing something like that. And really just doing content creation and you know, and then doing PT on the side. I might consider trying to go all in and just doing it on my own, like independently.
Yeah.
Just cash based service stuff on the side. Like I mean, the nice thing is
home service and stuff. Like,
yeah, I mean, state of Ohio is like we have this thing called direct access. Means like you can go see a therapist without a doctor's referral.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just trying to market myself like that maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If I didn't have kids, I'm like I probably would have already left where I'm at now and just tried that. But it is what it is. So
Well, I wish you
Patreon,
the
we
best.
love you.
Yeah. Hey guys,
Might be out of a job.
support Sean. You know, I'm just in a spot where it's work's busy. So
Yeah, it's good though.
yeah, it is a good place
It's
to
a
be.
good thing.
It's
It's a
just,
good thing. I mean,
hate
especially after
to
COVID, you
rub it
guys
in.
didn't know where you guys were going to be.
Yeah, it's
It's bounced back though, nicely.
It has. It's just I'm starting to get to the point where I'm looking to move to somewhere else. Like,
Yeah, I get it.
you know, been there for 12 years. It's
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I've
How many years has Dad been there? 15?
15, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. It had to be right
Yeah,
around there.
so I've been there for a hot minute. So to me, it's more like I'm impatient. I'm tired of waiting for the next step, and there's no like
Yeah, I get
step in front of me. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe I'll just
it. I get it.
go branch out and see what's out there.
All right, let's do you want to do the open results?
Depressing.
Yeah, I know. There's no easy way to transition.
It's, you know what it was? It's a Super Bowl. All right, it's so shitty.
It was.
All right, we could talk about that before. All right, we're here now.
Yeah, it was
The Super Bowl. So, did you ever think it would play out like that? I mean, I had a scenario in my head where
No.
the Eagles on paper, I mean, to me, the Eagles on paper should have dominated this game the way they did.
Yeah.
And they just did. So, I mean, it just wasn't no Mahomes magic. He looked so pedestrian in this game, and the halftime show was just freaking dog shit.
The Eagles just looked faster today. You know what I mean? And the defense was getting after it, and
It's
Mahomes
just hard
never had a
to.
clean
You've
look.
never seen like it's hard to see an Andy Reid team look like they were that outcoached.
It didn't. It just looks like a broken team. Like they had so, and I'm not making excuses for Kansas City at all, but like it was bound to catch up to them.
How did they beat Buffalo?
That's what I'm saying. If I'm a
Like-
Buffalo fan right now, I am pissed that that's the fucking version of Kansas City
Jesus
that they got.
Christ, yeah.
Because that was not the same team that they.
Their defense was just getting shredded. Shredded.
Yeah.
I think they literally planned for a run-heavy game, and then the Eagles were like, "Well, I mean, Jalen Hurts can kind of throw, and we have really good
my
wide
God.
receivers, so we're just gonna."
We were talking
lob it
about
up
they
to
have an
them.
abundance of riches.
Yeah. I mean,
Like we can't buy a motherfucking wide receiver in Cleveland, and you guys have like 5 of them that are
Sean,
like going to be Pro
Cleveland's
Bowlers.
been done for so long that like they're already they're past their vacations at this point and reporting back to work now.
It's
right?
getting to a point in my life where I never thought I would actually like say this out loud, but like I might never see a Super Bowl in Cleveland, and I'm only 38.
Dude, I don't think
It feels like it's just never going to happen. Like
I firmly believe that we will see the team sell before we win a Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, man. Like I just don't. I mean, we're farther away than ever right now. If we trade away Myles Garrett, like what do we have? Like we have nothing left. Nothing. Well, we have like 2 decent cornerbacks.
Again, I don't think we're trading Myles Garrett. He can say he wants to be traded all he wants, but the cap hit that we would take from that trade is something that we cannot absorb right now as an organization. Unless you want to be like, all right, well, we're just gonna go back to square one for the next 5 years. Stefanski, can you stick with us? Like, no, you can't do that.
The only way this works is if you nail the pick at quarterback. But we're probably not taking a quarterback this year. So that means, to me, that's saying,
so who
hey,
do we
we're
get
gonna,
at quarterback?
This year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If we don't draft it, who
They're
do we go after?
Probably going to bridge guy like Cousins or something. And then they're praying that we're probably going to suck. We'll probably win 5 games with Cousins at quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll get, a top 4 pick. And then knowing us, like there'll be somebody that they really want. They'll be dumb and they'll trade up.
Would you get a Cousins jersey?
Probably.
I think I would.
Probably.
Yeah, I think I would love to get a Kirk Cousins jersey.
It'd be like
for the
obscure,
Browns.
just
Hell
1
yeah,
year. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just it's tough.
It is tough. I just I don't care yet. I don't know. Like to me, Cavs are
Oh yeah. No, don't
flying
wrong.
well
Like,
right now.
The only reason it was
I love the Cavs trade. Can we talk about that for a second?
Go ahead.
Yes, Niang was a locker room guy.
Yeah.
And
He's our
Karis LeVert.
dude.
And Karis LeVert is
George.
another great talent.
George.
I know, Sean. George. I
He's our
love George.
dude.
And I'm going to love him on the Hawks. Again, you can always love a player. He doesn't always have to be on your team. But that pickup was a great trade. We didn't have to give up much because the way that Ty Jerome's been playing, I'm sorry, but Karis LeVert, you kind of like we're missing a spot on our roster at the point. So we're going to a place where you could probably start now, and you deserve to be a starter on any other team.
Who did he get traded to?
The Hawks.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm like, he's a great player. I'm gonna be sad to see him go, but
Who did we get?
we got you're gonna put me on the spot because I was blanking on his name earlier. Hunter, I think his last name is Hunter.
Okay.
He won the national championship with Ty Jerome with Virginia.
Okay.
In college.
Okay.
But he's a great player.
Okay.
Very like small power forward.
I'm not like a basketball
Yeah.
dude. Like I know the bigger name guys, but like I saw on social
He's
media.
the other piece that like so we've been killing it when Dean Wade is healthy because he's a big that plays defense. This guy's a big dude that plays great defense.
I mean,
And he's a scorer.
people seemed very excited.
Yeah,
about
he
the
can
trade,
score
so.
too. So he's a nice little piece and a great guy that we can throw in for 25-30 minutes now. And like, yeah, it's going to be a nice little acquisition.
Well, thanks
I'm
for
excited.
the update in Cleveland.
He's playing
Sports.
tomorrow, so
Hey, all
we'll
right.
have the game on while we're
How about that?
while we're with them. So
How about
Hey-o.
Oh yeah. Before we forget to say this,
Yes.
If you're well, I guess it doesn't matter because you were listening on Wednesday. It's going to be on YouTube though. So tomorrow it's Monday. We're going to be joining Mike Carter from Mike's Bags.
Yeah.
Live on his YouTube page. So if you're listening to this now and you want to check that out, he's going to kind of do like more of an in-depth like bracket breakdown with us. So it's going to be live on his YouTube page. You can go check it out.
Yeah, and it'll be before
Mike's
any of the
Bags.
voting closes. So
Correct.
it's 100% like our intuition.
Correct.
Who we think will win.
Yep.
All right, on to the Open. The one that we missed because we were busy doing other things.
We were. All right. So let's
All
start
the
off
way
with.
up. Good Lord.
So we're going to start off with singles. And we have a young gun. Pulled it off. Elite.
Surprise.
The pro singles elite open bracket was Zach Aiken, overall champ, taking down Mark Richards. Tied in third place was Logan Chamberlain and Logan Dupler.
Look at those Logans.
Good day to be Logan for the brackets, but not great for the final four.
might I just add for all of you bettors out there, Mark Richards was the victor.
Yes,
because
correct.
Aiken is a junior, so
correct.
all those bet slips did hit. So
Yeah.
that was a nice little payday for a bunch of people I know.
Again, it's as we get the season start to progress, this was a pretty well attended Open in terms of like name power.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the bigger name players were out there. Again, Mark Richards rounding into form. It's nice to see. You know
It
what I
is
mean?
nice
Like,
to see. I mean,
he doesn't go to like all the Opens anymore. You know what I mean? Picks and chooses his
but when he
locations.
shows up and you see his name on this list at the
Yeah.
end, like it's very very, very nice to see.
Yeah, in Chamberlain, we saw him throw a TCL, and you just know the kid has it. It just is he going to go all the way? Like in singles, I never used to think so, but after last year, he kind of showed me that like, oh no, he's just a complete player.
Yeah,
he's
think
not just a
really
good player across from JBJ. Like
Yeah.
he's probably the alpha player now.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I
Right?
think he transformed that last year.
Like he's
I
just
think he was-
way more consistent.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
Yeah.
Second in the bracket, we had Tony Forbes, Josh Quinn, Gavin Cano, and Levi Haddock. So I mean, just a really stacked like group of names right there. Tons of young talent. It's just crazy. I mean, not one of those guys would be over the age of 22.
Yeah, I think Kano's the oldest, right?
At 21. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Jesus Christ. That just, I mean, just if you're over the age of 25, like just consider it a new sport, I guess. If you're new.
It's a young man's game.
Run while
apparently.
you can. Third in the bracket. We talked about him a little bit 2 weeks ago. David Morse. Just sneaky third in the
Seasoned
bracket.
vet, man. I mean,
Now,
I'd
this is
love
a
to
name
see
I'm
it.
excited. I was happy to see because I haven't paid attention if he's traveled a whole lot. But Chris Roybal had a really, really solid rookie year.
Mhm.
Got overshadowed a little bit, obviously, by Jeremiah Ellis or Ryan Trader, guys like that. But
He was up for the Rookie of the Year ballot.
yeah, I mean, he had a really, really
him and
solid
Gina
run.
Ramirez requalified in doubles together.
Top
They
25
were,
team.
Yeah, they were the highest placing. Wasn't she the highest placing doubles team with a female in it?
Yeah, correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, so kudos to them, and yeah, he's throwing really well.
It's nice to see. So third in the bracket is very solid. Along with him, we have Ethan Walker, Paul Delgado. Fourth in the bracket, we have Gary Bearpaw, Austin Waskow, Cash Chamness, Brandon Martinez. Just really, I mean, just a very solid list. It's if you see these names though, I mean, Gary Bearpaw is definitely going to bring up the average age a little bit, but for
Yeah.
the most part, I mean,
Well, then you have
Jesus.
Cash Chamness right behind him that levels it out, so it's okay. You're fine.
seriously, the average age to be like a top 4 in your bracket, if I had to guess.
Hey, don't forget that you got old boy Morse in there too. He's really bringing that
That's true.
average up.
Yeah, and then Richards is no spring chicken either.
Yeah.
So if I
And
had
neither
to
is
guess,
Chamberlain anymore. All right.
but really, I'm thinking it's probably 22. It's
I know.
probably the average age.
It's
we
nuts.
guess. All right, so let's go down to doubles.
Hey, but shout out to Linda Ford too.
Oh yeah,
Fifth in the bracket.
Yep.
Hell yeah, nice showing.
All right, so we got pro/elite doubles, and we had Sammy Soto and Gavin Cano take it down over Steven Bernasette and Philip Lopez Jr. Two teams we fully expect to do very well.
Mhm.
Steven Bernasette and Lopez Jr., they were kind of that team that were flirting with my top 10 in power rankings.
Yeah.
I gave them the nod once or twice, but they weren't able to consistently stay in there. They were second in the bracket and every single one, I think,
Mhm.
last
I mean-
year. I mean, just about as close as you can get right there.
Yeah, and to me, it's nice to see them in here right now. I just want to see them win one.
Yeah.
They have the
tough.
sauce.
It's hard.
They're the one team in my mind that are like they are built for doubles. Like
Yeah.
you see them on paper and
Correct.
like they just make sense as doubles partners.
100%.
And they're really like I just want to see them bring one home this season because they should really be in my mind a solid top 10 team shoe-in
Agree.
talent wise.
100%.
Let's bring one home, boys. But no slight to Sammy Soto and Gavin Cano.
Yeah, I don't
because-
think by any means, I don't think last year was like their ceiling.
No, like I'm hoping that they can burst through it and
Yeah.
like really be because to me like they have top 5 potential.
Yeah, like I think that they were somewhere in between their ceiling and floor. Like I think that they could theoretically have an average year, 1 year, and like be flirting. But
Yeah.
I fully expect like their ceiling, like to me, is a top 3 team.
Mhm.
Like I mean, you never know if they go out and win 2 nationals, they just get hot in the right weekends, and they. I don't think any of us would be like shocked.
No,
by
I
that,
don't.
Right?
I mean, I hope they wouldn't.
Now, Sammy Soto and Gavin Cano, this is what we've been expecting.
Yes.
When we found out that they were pairing up, we fully expect them to be a top 5 team at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
If not, to me, something went very wrong.
Yeah.
Soto just looks more confident this year. Like,
I mean, sophomore season,
just
went through the gauntlet last year.
There's no more like, oh, wow factor. Like, I've been here, I've gone to 100 tournaments.
He knows that every
now.
game's an absolute MFer, so there's no stepping off the gas. So
Gavin Cano worries me a little bit just because like the singles performance has been waxing and waning. But again, when you're just staying consistent on that day with your arm outside, these guys are both so good.
Yeah.
They're going to figure it out, and they're going to be really tough out at every single tournament. I think top 10 seems like it's a lock. I think with top 5 upside easily.
for sure. No, I agree 100%.
Second in the bracket, we have Richard Nyberg and Sal Sandoval, and we had David Morse and Ethan Walker. Interesting pairing, Walker and Morse, but obviously Morse was throwing very well that weekend. We know how good Ethan Walker is. Third in the bracket, we have Austin Kipple and Logan Dupler and Logan Chamberlain and JBJ. So it's nice to see those two starting to round out a team that's been in our top 5 or top 10 power rankings seemingly since they've been rookies, right? I mean,
they've
every year
after they shot out of like a cannon. So.
They're automatically one of the teams that comes to my head when you ask like who's in consideration for the best doubles team.
Yeah,
they just come to my mind because like they've always like just every year at these big events they just tend to be in the mix.
100%. Yeah, I mean they're just very, very solid every tournament.
Yep.
You never see their numbers dip like drastically or anything too.
Fourth in the bracket, we had Adam Hissner and Trey Birchfield and Zach Aiken and Ethan Farias. I got to say, Hissner and Birchfield, it's like one of those, this is right around the time last year, I feel like, when they both started just like winning everything. So as the season approaches, let's just see it.
Yeah.
Adam last year, I just felt like I saw his name everywhere. Like he was playing in everything and winning everything, whether it was local or traveling to places. I just feel like I haven't seen it as much. Maybe he just got really hot last year and it's just leveled off a little bit.
We're just not traveling as much.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe now it's time to kick it into gear and, you know, like you have to live life and do like the other stuff,
yeah,
you know, the rest of the year. And, you know, now that they're kind of shortening it up a little bit, because I mean, again, their first nationals not till April?
Yeah, I think it's a second week in April.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, we still have a little bit of time here. So,
quite a ways to go.
Sweet. All right, scroll down. I know you wanted to go over a few of these too.
Well, you know, we just wanted to shout out, like, so let's say the amateur open singles tier 1 overall champion. Yeah, advanced overall champion takes home $550.
Yeah, Madden Franco.
Tier 2 in competitive singles takes home Elite Boards singles entry Open Championship jersey, Tommy Ulibarri. I know 550 is kind of sweet. I'll take the jersey and boards all day.
Were you really?
Hell yeah. I'm a sucker for that kind of shit. Like,
yeah.
I just live like, to me, like that's forever kind of shit. Money you're going to spend on your drive home.
Yeah.
Like that kind of shit. Like, hell yeah. It's kind of like throwing the trophy up. I just don't, to me, it's like
a story behind it.
What's that?
It's a story.
Exactly.
Behind it.
Yeah. It's like, it tells a tale and yeah, it's a little easier to flex with that rather than just $550 in your pocket. So to me, I'm starting to.
Now, like my wife would much prefer if I came home with $550.
Yes, she would. But we're not doing this for our wives. We're doing this for us. All right.
Amen.
Then we also had women's singles. I don't know if you've heard of her, but Cheyenne Bubenheim.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, she took down singles over Caitlin Allhouse. Did I have the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable?
Correct.
Dang. All right. Took it down over Caitlin Allhouse.
Who's a name that we keep seeing pop up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about her, but I think it's time to pay attention. Like her name just keeps popping up in these things. So
yeah, I mean she's been throwing really well. Then Sam Finley, Janelle Bryant, Linda Ford, Rosie Streaker. Rounded out. Women's doubles was Lori Duell and Miranda Coy. Taking it down over Streaker and Finley. Bubenheim and Ramirez take third. So first time I think together that they haven't taken it down.
They did not win, which kind of sucks too because so close for Gina. Yeah,
like real close. Not really hometown.
Did
stayed over.
Did Dan win senior singles? No, he did not. All right,
He
just outside.
did not.
Okay,
he did not.
Can we look up how we did? Do they
not
have to
live on air.
Okay.
If it was on Scoreholio, yes.
All right, let's do the dramatic readings.
All right.
In a world where bean bags have brought men to their knees, social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
Jimmy Humans. Today is a great example of why pros don't sign up for events until day of for tournaments. A full 100-person singles tournament, now down to 65. It's sad that a lot of people in this state are afraid of competition, but say they, in quotes, want to get better. Half the pros can't make it anyways. Crying laughing emoji.
I agree. That is sad.
So, okay. So what he's saying is that pros won't sign up to a tournament beforehand because
They know if they sign up, people are going to see their name
And
on
they
the
won't
roster,
attend.
and then they won't show up.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So to me, it is sad that people aren't willing to face the competition.
Okay. Here's it's two ways, right? So I get that 100%.
Yeah.
You can go that route. I get it. I'm not saying I'm opposed
It all
to
depends
that.
on like what we're talking about here. Like, is this like a charity singles thing? Like,
I think it's probably a regional or something. I'm
so like,
assuming.
a regional, but like, I don't like they have divisions at regionals and stuff. Then,
So just for the sake of the entertainment, can I take the other side of the argument?
yeah,
Like where? Like, oh, I'm sorry that I didn't want to show up and donate money to you because like you have a fucking chance of winning when I clearly don't.
Yeah.
So don't tell me about like, oh, you want like, yeah, I do want to get better, but I also don't want to like just donate $100 to a tournament like I don't feel like I'm ever going to win.
Fair
So
enough.
like if I don't feel like I have a chance of winning and we're there to try to compete to win, like then yeah, maybe I don't want to waste my time. But I also heard that there weren't boards, right? That was one of the guys that was there for doubles said there was like 120 people originally signed up and there was only like so many boards and it was going
Yeah,
to take
so it
like
was just
4 or
gonna be
5
like a
hours.
shit
Yeah, it was just
show.
going to take forever. And I
Yeah.
get it. Like, and I'm one of those people, like if I go to doubles, rarely do I have the time. I know it's crazy because some of us have responsibilities and like bills and shit. Like I can't stay there all fucking day. I just can't. So most of the time I'm picking, like, do I want to do like, try to get there early and do blind draw on doubles, or do I want to just go later for singles? Like I don't have the luxury unless my wife and kids are out of town that I can stay there all day. I wish I could, but it's just not like that. And I think that for you to I'm assuming this is maybe probably based off of how many teams were in doubles,
yeah, I would think,
right?
yeah,
Like just guessing. And I'm assuming just only because you can't talk about pre-registration, right? Or maybe it was pre-registration.
Maybe it was pre-registered,
And then once they
only,
saw
a
who
bunch
signed
of
up, then they
people
just backed out. Yeah. But like I get you can't be mad at people if they don't want to go.
Yeah.
You can't be mad, but you can't publicly say it because you're a pro. It's a bad
Exactly.
look for you to
Yeah,
say.
because basically you're just saying like, oh, I'm not going to win
More
more
money.
money. Yeah, which I mean, I understand that
It's
argument,
just-
but at the same time, like if people are just backing out, like if there was 100 people ready to rip, and then there'd all like saw a bunch of pros sign up, then they back out, then yeah, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like he's even mentioned, pros have not been winning these kind of things locally, anyways. So.
No. So I don't know.
Anyone can play, anyone can win, Sean.
Very true.
All right, it is a
Very
tagline
true.
by a league.
But we love you, Jimmy. I just
We
thought
do
it
love you,
was
Jimmy.
It was interesting, and like as soon as I read it, I'm like I could see the two sides of the argument. You know what I
Yes.
mean? I'm like you could read this one of two ways. And the first time I read it, I'm like, what are you bitching because like there's not enough money? Like there's only 60. How many players were there? 65. So there's only 64 people I get to take their money from.
Yeah.
now? Like I wanted it to be 99, but now I only get to be 64 because people don't want to play because I'm just too good at cornhole. Or you could read it and be like, dude, like we're trying to grow the sport, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to grow the sport, and
Exactly.
we can't grow unless everyone starts to
Yeah,
attend.
you got your
and-
own league, man. It's called the pros.
Yeah,
Stay out of mine.
yeah. Cap limit
All right.
till I die. All
Next one.
Next one. Do it.
Bing.
You taking this one?
Sure, I can take it.
Do it.
Underworld Cornhole. ASP popularity contest is upon us again. Let's see if Underworld can make some noise this year. Our bags speak for themselves on the boards. Now we need our fans and supporters to speak for us on the Facebook and get everyone you can to vote. And that is all this contest is, Sean.
It is.
That's all it is. ASP Podcast is pushing Draggin Bags because Dragon sponsors the show. Let's put them out and then see if we can make a run. Every round we will win. Every round we win, we'll run a giveaway on this page. Remember, cornhole is fun. So let's have some. Stay classy, fans.
You're right. It's so fun that you don't even tag us in a post.
I know. What
if you're gonna talk shit, like at least tag us.
Tag us, man.
Again, I know you're not talking shit, but like first of all, let's make something very clear. In this contest, I almost go outside, like out of the way to not push Draggin Bags during this contest.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
of course, we're going to have our live reads at the beginning of an episode because they are our sponsor.
But we've never once, like on the show, been like, "Hey, go vote for Draggin Bags." But this year, guess what? I'm pushing Draggin Bags now.
Yeah,
like if you want to see us pushing it, like we've not promoted that at all during the contest at all.
But
like we haven't just like
we
haven't just held up like the bags like through the episode.
Yeah,
and we're not just like showing you these gorgeous bags that just like pour into the hole. Like we haven't done that before. Like so, I think it's like a really bad take that you're like blasting that we're like some way inferring that we're trying to like manipulate the contest in any way. That is so far from the fucking fact. And I know he's ironically been the one very vocal about talking about, how do I want to word this? Basically saying that every year there's a new best bag.
Yeah.
And it's just because of whoever sponsors us. Like for us, like we used to only throw WTF and like, oh, they're the best bags in the world. Then we get Draggin Bags. That's how sponsorship works. And if I remember correctly, you wanted to sponsor us. Yeah. So like let's pump the brakes now. So I wonder would it be a very different post if like suddenly we were doing an Underworld cornhole read in the beginning. I bet it would.
I bet you would.
So like let's just pump the brake. And if you're gonna at least talk about us, just tag us at the post.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Just tag us. Don't make me it just happened to scroll past and see it. Like let's stay classy. Remember cornhole's fun.
Yeah. It's fun. Let's stay classy, fans.
Oh yeah. All right, one more. One of our favorite humans ever. I'm so excited.
100%. Bing.
The Chad Webb.
The Chad Webb.
If 1,000 random adults were chosen throughout the whole world and had a competition where only the winner would survive, and you picked the game, what game or skill would you choose?
This is a tough one.
So 1,000 random adults throughout the whole world, and you had a competition where only the winner would survive. Okay. A few things. I mean, okay, so I'm trying to think, like, what are things that you think say, like, you're best at?
It's tough. If I was a kid, I would have done, like, pogo stick.
Dude.
Right?
Me and Nora were just talking about how you had a pogo stick.
Yeah, dude. Like,
and she's like, Uncle
I was good
Dane.
on that thing,
She's like,
too.
Uncle Dane. I'm like, he used to be smaller, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I was really good on
you
that thing.
did. You were crazy good on it.
So, yeah, I would have done that because I'd have been like, how many people can, like, bounce on a pogo? But, like, again, I'm big and fat now, so I would not choose that.
You'd have to have like a girthy one.
Yeah,
like a way bigger one.
Yeah, with
like those calves,
serious. Like
the
I'd
ones
have
that
to
go
pull
on
them
the
off my truck. Like the springs would come off the truck. Man.
So one of the things that came to my mind when I first read this would be, all right, 1,000 random people. How many people are really going to know? Cribbage.
Cribbage would be a good one.
The only thing that kind of, I don't like the fact that like there is a little bit of luck involved.
Oh yeah, I mean you can. It's
do
cards,
I want to chance
so
it? Like
know.
990. I don't know. Like would I lose one game? I might.
Yeah, that's like I was thinking the same thing for euchre, but then I'm like, I think a lot of people know euchre.
Yeah, I would maybe cribbage. I would feel very comfortable. What else?
It is a difficult one. I mean, I was actually thinking about cornhole.
Yeah,
1,000 random adults.
Yeah, but okay, what if one of the random adults was Tony Smith?
Exactly, then you're fucked. But this is also battle to survive.
That's true.
That means cornhole's going to change its games a little bit because your boy would have a little more psychological willpower against a guy.
I think you have to try if it's life or death. You have to try to get super specific. because of that. Then the percent of that 1,000%, like, is going to be less. It's going to less of a chance that you're going to have facing anyone that would have any idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah, maybe I would go with like singing Little Michael. You know,
Jackson karaoke contest,
right? Yeah, just see if whoever pumps the crowd up the most could get it. I'll ham it up. Let's do it. Yeah, it is a difficult question because you like to fancy yourself really good at everything, but when it's like life or death, you're like, man.
Okay, this is gonna be super specific.
Okay,
rugby ball, overhead line out throws for like accuracy.
Okay, yeah, I could see. I was actually thinking drop kick.
Okay,
so I'm like, how many people have ever practiced a drop kick?
So if you're wondering what the hell I'm talking,
people,
if you've ever seen a game of rugby throw or played, and then like they're throwing the ball in from out of bounds to the guys that are like lifted up in the air, that's called a line out throw. So I used to be the guy threw the ball in.
Yeah,
but I can like still to this day, I can rip a ball. I don't know. It's a stupid skill I have, but like I can throw the ball incredibly far. Always been super
You were meant to play quarterback with two hands.
Dude, that's what I'm serious. Like it was crazy. Like, so like I used to do a trick every year, like first day of practice in the gym, like when we got the balls out for the first time. And I would do like full court shots, like just across the hoop. And then we'd have a contest.
I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I used to be able to go around the world. Throwing it just at 3-point line. Like it was.
So that would be one of the contests I would seriously consider doing that, because I think I could do that better than.
Yeah, I honestly think drop kick would actually be a good one, because I can still drop kick. It's all about the timing and stuff, and like I can still do it
around the whole world.
Yeah,
how many people are going to be like? You're going to probably get at least a few soccer dudes, right?
Yeah, and I'll take them on with a rugby ball trying to drop kick for the first time. If they've never done it with a rugby ball, it's an obscure
fair enough
thing. I mean, yeah, some of them will, but we're talking like bracket wise, or maybe
that's
like,
what I'm saying. I don't know.
It's like head to
do
head,
I have to go
999
times,
or is it like who's gonna like kick the furthest one the first time and go for it?
100%.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions on like which game you pick.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I think another. I was thinking like possibly a video game, but I don't know what video. I would actually go like, I would go Tiger Woods like 2005.
Yes.
Was like my best year where I would literally just, if I shot like anything over a 23 under on 18,
you're disgusted with yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell happened? Yeah, so I'm like, so yeah, give me that one.
You're just drilling A.
A close second would be drag racing on Need for Speed Underground. Ooh. I got really good at that too. So.
Okay. Yeah, video games.
Actually, no. Give me Drift on Need for Speed Underground.
Okay.
Much more difficult to learn, and I got pretty good at that too.
Yeah, I don't think there's any video game that I would feel comfortable that I would.
Yeah. Put your life on the line for.
Yeah,
no shit.
Like, I don't think there is. I'm still so wrapped up in this Hogwarts game. And it finally just started getting fun. Like, dude, it's crazy, man. Like, if you haven't played this game, if you have any interest in like Harry Potter ever, and you've like Assassin's Creed or something like that, like that's basically what it is.
It's like Batman / Assassin's Creed wrapped up in Harry Potter.
I finally figured out to like use like that the room of whatever it's called.
Requirement.
Dude, and just now have like a whole arsenal of like potting tables and potions.
Dude, this is so
crazy
nerdy that we're talking about right now.
Crazy.
The fact that I just rattled off room of requirement right off the cuff. I am disappointed in myself right now.
Me too. For sure. All right. You want to cue the rap horn after that?
Yeah, I think it's time, man. It's time. It's like the upside down. What happened in that Super Bowl?
All right, you can reach us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all those at Big Ass Cornhole.
And Facebook at Big Ass Cornhole Podcast, Albuquerque.
Almost.
Yeah,
almost
I wanted to get you. Almost had him. But yeah, thanks again to Draggin Bags. Again, head over to Draggin Bags. Check out the new Charlie bag. Just dropped. Beautiful, beautiful bag. It feels so great in your hand. Just get your hands on it. Our drop's coming up soon, so use code BIGASP12 at checkout over at DraggingBags.com.
And if you're looking to support the show, you can do so over at Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/BigAssCornhole for the price of beer a month, we have a few tiers over there. You get bonus content. So you get the video versions of all the episodes, the interviews, all that kind of stuff. It's the easiest way to kind of get access to us. We do happy hour calls once a month. It's going to be coming up soon. I think it's probably going to be next week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it'll be perfect. So I'll be just getting back from Houston and stuff. But yeah, we greatly appreciate the support. We wouldn't be able to continue doing the show. We took a conservative effort this year of trying to take less sponsors this year.
Yeah.
Just because, again, when I listen back to the episode, I'm like, man, God, it's
we can't just keep
5 minutes of the show is
pumping
like,
up all this stuff with other stuff going on.
So-
It's just, yeah.
So the show keeps going by support of listeners of the show like you guys. So we greatly appreciate it. It goes a long way. It means a lot to us. So go to patreon.com/bigasscornhole and yeah. So Best of the Bags ongoing. Keep checking out the Facebook page. Make sure you're following along. Follow us. Make sure you're following Mike Carter and Mike's Bags on YouTube.
And head
Awesome
over, if you're
dude.
listening to this and didn't see us on Mike's Bags, go check us out.
For sure. Yeah. And then, so next week we'll have an interview lined up. I just got to talk to some people.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And season's kind of gearing up, like slowly ramping up into it. If you're listening to this and there's somebody that you want us to interview, drop it in the comments.
Let's
Try
do
to
it.
Make it happen. And then, so we'll be back next week with more audio gold. But until then, as always, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but 4 baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.